following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
We have been warned by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel. Yeah, and so I clarified everything with Mark today, and we were supposed to go live at 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock Mark's time, and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Unfortunately, he's here. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce you, the world's strongest man and one of the top, the top member ever of Bolin Services.
This man,
Mark Henry.
He's a two-time Olympian. He's a powerlifting world champion, ECW champion, WWE world champion, WWE Hall of Famer, personal bests with the squat over 1,000 pounds, 601 pounds bench press, 924-pound deadlift, 407 in the snatch, 507 in the clean and jerk. Ladies and gentlemen, the father of Mae Young's hand, sexual chocolate, Mark Henry.
What's going on, guys? Kenny, did you say I died?
The father of Mae Young's hand. I wasn't looking for that one on the intro.
So I don't know. Some idiot posted that I died on Facebook about a month ago. I had
no, I didn't hear that one.
I saw that. About 50 people.
Well, it came out about Kevin Costner a few days ago, and a lot of people were believing he died in a car accident. And
they got Shawn Michaels last week.
I'm a big fan of Yellowstone, so I'm a little upset. I was looking around and couldn't, but Google nor my Alexa device had any verification of that. So I said, well, until one of those has it, or Smart News, then I'm just not going to accept that Kevin Costner's dead. No, I missed that. I would have been rather rattled. I would have called you and asked you to do my show before you died, like you did with me.
Yeah, like let me call before I kick the bucket and do the show.
Well, I really did nearly die. They told me I was 12 hours away having a sepsis, and I just thought it was something else and didn't go to the hospital. So they said, no, you were about 12 hours away from not making it. And then you, so how did they claim you had died? I missed out on this one.
I don't even think they did say a case of death, a cause of death. I think they just posted my birthday. They even had my birthday wrong. They put some bullshit birthday, and then they put like 2024 RIP Mark Henry. And brother, I had my cousin called my wife crying.
Oh my Lord.
Oh man.
I mean, it was like 20 of those cases where I was calling people back, and from once I read the post, and I said,
and that's even scarier when you get a call from the grave. That's even scarier.
I was like, either I have risen or
I have risen. Or I'm not dead. It's one of the two.
It was, I had to take the latter and just let everybody know, man. But how is Chris doing, man?
He's doing good. Mr. Cena even asked about him last night. He normally gets a little irked when I talk about him on the show. I said, well, when it comes to Mark Henry and John Cena Sr., he'll get over it. So yeah, he's doing much better. And we talked with Vince Russo today. We did a little three-way call and talked to Vince for about 45 minutes today. He told me he loves you. Traded phone numbers.
I always liked Vince. I never had no issue with Vince.
Well, there was a lot of us that
all
didn't.
The stuff that I hear, I have no clue.
I know
that because our interactions.
Yeah, that's kind of the boat we were in. We'd heard all these horrible things, and then once we introduced ourselves to him, I invited him on my show back in 2013, I think, and he said he thought it was a setup. No, man, we want to want to talk to you, and turned out he's a pretty damn good guy. And we had a good, about a 45-minute call today, much like you and I had the other day. And it meant the world to me that you took the time to call me. It really did, because not all the guys do that anymore. You know, Rico obviously does, and a handful of others. But that you took the time to say, "Hey, man, don't die yet. Let me do your show." And I didn't know, I hadn't heard about what happened to you, and I am truly looking forward to doing your show as well sometime in the future. And my love to anybody, all of our OVW boys who come on. See, now, did they think you froze to death because you appear to be homeless and in a parking lot? What is that?
No, I'm actually at I just got done with my day. I do college game day. I do a morning show called The Morning Kickoff.
Yeah.
1300 The Zone, and the number one broadcast journalist in Texas sports.
Wow. Yeah, you told me he was number one on your podcast as well?
Well, let me finish, Kenny. Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what made me.
That's kind of how it works on the show, Mark.
Kill list.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Go ahead and finish.
So Craig came on the show, and we did a 4-hour set today talking about the Texas OU football game that's going to be tomorrow. And we do game day from the Austin game day, not the college, the ESPN game day.
Yeah.
We do our game day show in the morning. So, yeah, man, like I'm in Dallas, for this whole weekend.
Yeah, you're, I don't know how far from Bob Hazelwood you are. Allow me to introduce my co-host. That's Bob Hazelwood, Dallas, Texas. And he was hoping to even do in studio with you, but we had some mixer issues and getting him off work in time to get to you, because apparently wherever you're at is about an hour drive. My good friend Coltrane, who only shows up when the big stars do. So of course you're here tonight. And he's out in where in Arizona are you? Are you near Phoenix?
Chandler. I'm right next to Phoenix. Yeah.
Right next to Phoenix. So those are my so it's kind of a worldwide show tonight, or at least a United States wide show. And Christopher sends you his love, by the way. He said it meant so much that you cared about us to check in on us, and really appreciate that. The ones that touched our hearts the most were you, Vince Russo, and Anthony Scaramucci. Chimed in real quick to check in on us back when we both were having our troubles, and we really appreciated that. And glad you're not dead too, so that's always good. Mark, when is your birthday?
June 12th.
June 12th, and how old were you?
I'll be 54.
54. I will be 65 on March 16th, and my son, he hates it when I rat him out, but he'll be 38. And you know how long you've known him. Does that seem possible?
It seemed like he was just like a early teen.
Yeah, about a 15, 16-year-old punk kid back when you met him, give or take. And now I've told some stories about you going to Steak and Shake with me. And we had carte blanche, anything we wanted. And I could eat. Rico could eat. A few of us could eat. Mark Henry goes with me one night, and I told him, I said, the bill come to about $80 just for Mark Henry's share. And they were trying to add up. They were trying to add up how many burgers you ate. I said, well, those Steak and Shake triples they're not cheap.
Full of shit. That's a full of shit moment.
No, that's an accurate story. Like, don't let Mark call me out on that. No, that was so much fun we had at all the restaurants we'd go to. I'm sticking with my $80 story. I'm sticking with it.
That was everybody, probably. And Kenny,
that could be anybody.
What's for nothing?
What is the most White Castles you've ever eaten in one setting?
Probably about 20, maybe 15.
Well, I think my record was 12. But after weight loss surgery, I'm lucky to knock down 3 of them anymore. So weight loss surgery will make an adjustment on what you can do.
To be honest, it wasn't just burgers. I had when I was eating crazy like that, I would eat like 3 or 4 fish sandwiches, 3 or 4 chicken ring sandwiches.
Well, there you go.
3 or 4 burgers. And of course, you can't go there without getting the fries.
You got to get the fries, the crinkle cuts.
Got to have the fries.
Yeah.
And that's kind of about it. I didn't like their all the other stuff. Their onion rings sucked, and
we have a guy here we call Broke Ass Barkley because he's always teasing
for the concert. Y'all come back after it's over with. We'll be at the bar. Okay. Send him your Instagrams.
Tell them no heckling during the show. We will not tolerate that here.
Hey.
We have a guy in the chat room that we refer to as Broke Ass Barkley because he's always teasing.
No heckling the
I'll
artist.
get it out.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah, now I know how you feel. Broke Ass Barkley, we call him that because he always teases a donation but never actually makes one. And he wants to know. Pardon?
Who is that?
Broke Ass Barkley. He's from out Sacramento way. He's recently came back to the show. He was thrilled to see we were going to have you on, and he wants to know if you can still dunk.
Hell no.
Well, there's the answer to that.
It was honest as hell.
Yeah, I saw Mick Foley on an OVW show recently talking about how he's a 3-time world champion.
Jump is a call now.
Excuse me?
I said the only thing I jump now is a call.
Oh, there you go. And so you had a couple of big production meetings yesterday because Mr. John Cena Sr. filled it because he wanted to pop in and say hi to you. I said, well, I'm sure Mark would appreciate that surprise. Let's surprise Mark. So we wait, and I go, man, we better get Cena in here and give these people something. So he was kind enough to do the show. He said, Kenny, I meant to be here 5 minutes and say hi to Mark. He said, I've been here 3 hours. I said, I know. It works out that way sometimes.
I'm not going to be here 3 hours because
I knew you weren't going to be here 3 hours. Not after the day you've had.
Boy, Mark.
You'll have people yelling at you, telling you that you got to go. I know you've already got a backup plan. So I pitched this to Vince Russo today. Tell me what you think. You and JR probably still pretty good friends, right? Good old JR.
Oh yeah, I still talk to Jim.
All right. He's normally on the sidelines of these Oklahoma games. I think I've seen you on the sidelines of Texas games. Here's what me and Russo, I pitched this to Russo today. He says, Kenny, you should be booking wrestling. I said, what we need is Mark Henry and good old JR as captains to go out and do the coin toss. And then Mark Henry doesn't like how the coin toss goes and just beats the living dog mess out of JR at midfield. and Russo said, that's the game. Whoever wins that fight, that's your winner. I pitched it to Bob and Coltrane yesterday. They think that's a great idea. Can we get that tomorrow at the coin toss? You and JR at midfield, and you just punk him out.
You're not at liberty to book Mark Henry.
I'm not. I figured if anybody was at liberty to book Mark Henry, it would be me.
No.
Oh, but Steak and Shake. Come on, Mark.
Well, man, you better check my rates.
Yeah, I probably should. Now, didn't you do an appearance at OVW somewhat recently?
No,
I could have. Oh no, you know what? They were booking. I think they had JBL show up in one of those country towns, and I thought I heard them talking about they were going to try to get you to come as well. So I didn't know if you actually did that show or not because JBL was on it. Mick Foley. For
that to happen, and anybody that calls me know what the price is. So I'm not deviating from it. Like it is what it is because I'm gonna get paid.
You gotta get paid. The old Jim Crockett theory. No, Dusty Rhodes said that about Jim Cornette once. He said, "Well, Jimmy Cornette could have come to your baptism and not got paid, or he could come to my shows and get paid." So that was explained to me. You got to get paid. What's in the future for Mark Henry? What's going on? Any project working on that you're looking to do that we might be seeing you on or involved in the future?
Man, I am definitely still doing Busted Open. Hopefully we'll go to a channel 24/7 here pretty soon.
Wow, that's cool.
Days a week. We got the #1 show and #1 podcast in the sports world of wrestling. And I'm on 5 days on the competition iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
With, the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone. And I'm in the process of finishing up my book. So like the day that my book comes out is going to be something ridiculous, because if people like the documentary on A&E, then the book is going to blow their mind, because it's more descriptive. Like the documentary, it really didn't talk about OVW. It didn't talk about me living in Canada.
Yeah.
It didn't talk about me living in England when I was a strongman. Like it's me living on the island in Nova Scotia. It talks about the like my walk and where I went and how I was living, and my training regimens, and like the life and times of the world man gonna be a bestseller.
Sounds like it's going to be pretty awesome. Have you got a projected release date on that yet?
No, I'd rather not, because I want to make sure that all the ducks are in a row.
Right.
When people give out soft releases, they get excited, and then people, if it don't come out,
if there's any adjustments,
so I'm not gonna give anybody reason to be upset about it. When it comes out, and everybody will know. You'll know.
Well, speaking of OVW, and man, I just owe you guys everything, because y'all just made me look like gold in what little bit of fame I got from you guys. But my original stable at Ohio Valley Wrestling, the first WWE member was Bull Buchanan, and wasn't long after that we get Mark Henry, Sylvester Turkey, Rico Constantino, and John Cena. That's my stable. And I'm going, and we knew that all of them were going to hit the big time. Rico was probably the most questionable, because he was the least known. He had only had about 12 matches when he got here. Cena was the prototype. He was a robot out in California. So we weren't exactly sure how that was going to go. And Vince admitted on a documentary he didn't get the Cena thing. He wanted to release Cena. I don't know if you knew that or not. He wanted to release Cena and Rico right about at the same time. And we never told Cena, because we thought he might take his ball and go home. Rico wanted to prove himself, and Stone Cold really liked Rico. Obviously, we knew you were going back. Oh, and we had Big Show down here to feud with Mark during that time. And then both of you guys ended up over at AEW. I was looking for maybe a part 2 of that feud, the battling announcers.
No.
Well, no.
Listen, I get paid to play, Kenny. I'm not taking no bumps without that.
You took all those you're taking, I understand.
All the bumps I'm gonna take. Like,
so what was your favorite moments at Ohio Valley Wrestling, and what was your least favorite moments at OVW?
My favorite moments was watching Nick Dinsmore and Rob Conway and Trailer Park Trash and Flash Flanagan.
Oh yeah,
help really boost that territory, because they were the real stars.
Yeah, and those guys had no guarantees. They were just kind of there to work with you guys and try to make you all look good. Repeat that. Your car went by. I didn't hear it.
I said, "Are you gonna ask me a question, and then you gonna answer it?"
Yeah,
38 times. Yes.
You've never obviously watched the show before.
Eric Bischoff gave me a lot of shit. He says, "Kenny, we've learned a lot about you with my appearance on your show." Go ahead. Yeah, I know. That's funny stuff, ain't it, Mark?
It took me 4 shows to be able to talk.
But I saw Johnny Spade. Okay, now you gonna fucking be listening to Dead Air, telling me to talk. You gotta chill with that.
I'll chill it. I'll chill it.
And I saw Johnny Spade, and he was blind, and he was telling me what happened. And
oh yeah,
like, man, I was like, bro. I used to think, I mean, he just walked up at this appearance and goes, "Hey, man, I heard you was going to be here. To come in and talk to you." And I'm looking at this guy and I go, "Spade?" And he was like, yeah, Mark, what's going on? I can't believe you remember me. I wanted you to meet me.
He was honored.
Oh, my God, bro.
He
man,
was
I've
honored.
Y'all a million times.
Yeah.
And then that's
You
when
told me the story, and you really touched his heart.
That's when I said they need to have an OVW benefit show, a reunion,
Yeah.
of all the people that were there
Yeah.
from 90 to about 90 or 89 to about 92. I mean, 2001.
99.
And it was just really, really cool to meet all those guys, and they were really like, I still think for your money,
Yeah.
was probably the best guy that ever came out of OVW.
Mm-hmm.
He could outwork anybody I ever met.
Worked with Chris Benoit in the Louisville Gardens and tore the house down.
Yeah, tore it down. Like it was just like he was special, and it just made the whole brand good. And Danny Davis and Rip Rogers, who I say is the best trainer in the world. Like they did an unbelievable job with everybody, and Jimmy Cornette. There's never been a better historian, I think, of pro wrestling.
It would be hard to beat that. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
it'd be hard to beat.
Say you know more about wrestling than Jimmy Cornette does.
It has been his life since he was old enough to pick up a book.
Yeah, it'll be in the book, even though we fell out.
Yeah,
don't talk.
Well, so did we, and no one saw that coming.
It is what it is. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I stand on my own too, and if I was wrong, I would say I was wrong, and I would keep it moving. But what I wish is, I didn't say nothing at all. What I wish, because everybody got an opinion. And if you don't agree with what you believe in, then it's considered wrong. And
right.
I'm 100% comfortable with everything I ever said. I ain't bullshit nobody. I ain't never stabbed nobody in the back. I ain't never lied on nobody. But if you want me to come to your aid, and you want me to stick up for you, and everybody else gonna judge me because it's like if I took the side of Hogan, like now, this climate that we in, with all the he done said and did, like people would shit on me, and I ain't letting it happen.
Yeah.
So I don't say nothing at all. The most that's been said was said right now.
It's hard. It's hard. I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty on that. I want to tell you something else. One of our old buddies wrote me last night. He wanted to be on the show, but he was just in that hurricane down in Florida. Him and Dutch Mantell both had to deal with that. And Matt Morgan wanted to come on the show and tell you hi. And he told me something I didn't know. He writes me back. He says, Kenny, I ain't got no power. I don't know how long this phone would last. I truly want to come on and thank Mark Henry for what he did for me. He says, Kenny, without you and Mark, he says, my career would have never took off. He said, what you all did for me? I said, yeah. And I said, how's Mark tying to this? He says, Kenny, that was my first match. He said, I had never had a professional match before. And Mark Henry made me look like as close to $1 million as you could look. And he said, he just tutored me like a kid, didn't try to get over on me. He said, he just really groomed me and got me through those first matches. And that was my first program, was with Mark Henry. He says, I owe you guys everything. I said, well, you don't owe me a damn thing. He said, but Mark knows that story.
Worked hard, and I saw that he worked hard. And, like I like who I like, and I don't make no apologies for it. But guys, I'm getting a wave. I'm going to go in here and eat this chicken fried steak.
Ooh.
Can you give me about 45 more seconds? Reason I ask, I wanted to bring up the Flash Flanagan incident. You had just got your hair done, and you had warned them in the back, do not touch my hair. I just got my hair done today. Flash pulled your hair during the match, and you took a swing at him that me and Cornette thought if you'd have landed it, Flash was dead. He was never going to wrestle again. Do you remember that?
I broke the top rope.
Oh, my God.
One of the pig rings broke.
Yeah.
And, was it Flash or was it Scotty Saber?
Oh, no, it was Flash Flanagan. It was Flash, because the look on his face was like, oh, my God, I think he thought he was ribbing you, but the rib was on him, because you took 2 or 3 swings at him, and if you'd have landed one of them, he was dead.
And I'm glad that I missed him. You know,
I'm glad you missed him too, because we'd had a funeral to go to 3 days later if you'd have landed it.
that would have been so messed up, man. Hey, I'm gonna have to make sure that when we do the Ohio Valley segment, I did not put that in the book. I'm gonna have to put that in.
Well, I hope you get that in there. I hope you do. And I'll contact. Give me the way to contact your people. I'd be honored to come on and do your show. Thank you for giving us your time on such a busy ass weekend. I really appreciate it. I love you. Chris loves you. These guys love you. I'm sorry I didn't let them ask shit, but they knew they weren't going to get anything in. They knew that.
This ain't gonna be the last time. We'll talk when there's a lot more time to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not like something where, you know, I'm so pressed to do stuff. So
I got you. Well, it's an open door policy for you over here, man. Anytime you want to come on, you, Scaramucci, and John Cena Sr. all got the open door policy. Anytime you want to come on.
All right, man. Be blessed.
I love you, friend. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Be good, Bob.
Mark.
Y'all.
Well, he was strict on that 20-minute time limit. We got 30. We got 30. That wasn't too bad. And I was just getting ready to let y'all get your shit in. And he's got
Goodbye.
I swear to God.
So I have two questions for him. And
Well, if there's chicken fried steak involved.
Well, what were the questions? I'll see if I can answer them for him.
The first question
he already found out I can't book him.
He discovered Jade Cargill. I wanted to
get into that tonight because I wanted to talk to him about
and Bianca.
I wanted to talk to him about Lash LaRue. Yeah, he discovered Bianca. He said he discovered Bianca at some fitness convention thing. And he said he saw her out there. He said she's a little chunkier than she is now. He said
like a track athlete.
She was trying to stand out. She was out there in some little outfit with a Mickey Mouse bow in her hair. And so she outworked everybody on the damn competition. He said she didn't win it, but I think she finished in the top 3. And Jana says, we don't play about our hair, King. No, Mark wasn't playing. Oh, if Mark had landed one of those, the shit was on, is all I can tell you. There's so much to talk about with Mark, things he said, things he's done, shows we've watched. And he was talking to me about, oh God, one of the Mexican wrestlers. And he said, if he spits, hell, Muda. And Muda
from Japan, Mexico.
Japanese Mexico, yes.
Tokyo, Mexico.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I'm old. And but it was the great Muda. And Mark had to go back to Texas for a little bit, and he just worked his way back up to Raw and OVW. He's kind of going back and forth. And he says, Kenny, he says, the thing about Muda, he said, if he spits the green mist, yeah, that's bad enough. But if he spits the red mist, the shit's on. The shit's on if he spits the red mist.
Oh, if he spits the black mist, really.
So me and Chris are watching Monday Night Raw, and Muda's in the match. I forget who he's working, but wouldn't you know, it's the red mist. Next thing I know, my phone rings. It lights up. It's Mark Henry. I answer the phone. He's, the shit's on, brother. And he was apparently a big Muda fan. Yeah, from Osaka, Mexico is where he was from. That's where he was from. What do we got?
I didn't look at one talk about the story behind the birth of the hand.
Well, we should talk about his debut at WrestleMania too against Sami Zayn.
Holy shit! You know, I didn't even remember that.
remember that? The big hand that came out and slapped Sami Zayn when he was who was it? Johnny Knoxville when he was wrestling.
Oh yeah.
That was
there was a big spring hand that came out.
No, that was the Hand's debut.
Oh, that was the Hand's debut.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask him about was there's been some controversy.
Well, did you all hear that he had died? Because I missed out on that one.
I didn't send it to you on purpose because I didn't want to give you a heart attack. But yeah,
well, that might have done it. Yeah, that would have fucked me up if I'd have thought that was real.
There's a wrestling group out there that has him, Shawn Michaels, and somebody else dead.
Well, that was the other story I loved is where Mark told the story about he was going to kill Shawn Michaels. It's on one of the YouTube shorts.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Oh, I was going to kill Shawn Michaels.
That's why he sent him to Canada.
Yep, he probably would have. So back to your question, Bob.
Well, the other question was there's been some controversy recently about the lack of people of color at the top of the WWE cards.
Yeah.
And the winner count to get Marks as a former champion. I mean, he was at the top. What he, what his feelings were on that.
Which, that's a lot of. I don't get it because there's ebbs and flows of wrestling.
Well, and you know what? You look at the Jaden Bianca in a major push. Damian Priest is Puerto Rican. I mean, he's not
the New Day,
but a man of color. But a man of color.
A man of color, right? The Bobby New Day gets a big push. Bobby's not anymore.
Well, two-time champion though. I mean,
but yeah, Bobby was champion. I mean,
hey, it made for a good story that I pitched the fucking idea. Quit texting me during the show. All right.
I was gonna let you keep credit for it. I mean, I wasn't gonna correct you in front of Mark.
I came up with it. I just trumped everybody. It was my idea. I cured polio.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't remember.
It was the greatest cure of polio ever.
Me.
I didn't know what to do with it.
I didn't know what to do. I just thought polio needed to be cured, so I cured it. No, I actually couldn't remember who told me, so I just took credit for it. I couldn't remember. Thank you, Mark. We greatly appreciate your time. Have a good weekend. I didn't even get his pick on the Texas-Oklahoma game.
Enjoy that chicken fried steak.
Texas,
good, don't it?
Yeah.
We got a lot of people without badges in here tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah,
a few of them that decided they wanted.
Bunch of looky-loos.
Somebody got in here a little late for Mark Henry. Now he was only scheduled for 20 minutes because he is jammed up with all these
he's got
personal appearances for the Texas-Oklahoma game. I was shocked that he was even going to give us the 20 minutes, and then he gave us 30, so he went 10 minutes over. And Monine T, where's your badge and where's your donation for tonight?
Yeah, there were some questions in the chat. None of them came with
we had him on, got all those great stories. We got one donation all night, and that is from Naughty Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
Not one other person donated during that show. Unbelievable.
Donation for what? Where you from? Welcome to this.
You know what?
Well, then obviously you've never seen the show before.
And you won't ever see it again.
Yeah.
Unless you build that next page.
Yeah, you better build another one, dickhead. And I saw another one that got blocked, and the minute I would have saw that name, I'd have knew that had to go.
Yeah, I blocked that one on the name alone. It was
that one's been in here God knows how many times.
Was that the Texas City name?
The 3-part name.
Yeah. No, but for the record, I told Russo about the meeting at midfield. Russo freaking loved it. That's good booking right there. So if you had have come up with that idea, like you're laying claim to here today,
if I really had,
have you really done that? I don't
had a clip from last night that proves
if it wasn't actually on the air when he said it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any proof that exists that Bob came up with that idea.
Kenny's deleted the show already.
Yeah. Oh, I've got people working on that right now. I got that third administrator, Jana, delete last night's show. And well, it was 3 hours. There's probably a lot of ideas I don't remember from last night's show.
You know what I keep forgetting is when there's a point in the show that you want to bookmark, you hit the B button, and
the what?
The B button.
News to me.
Puts a mark on the show to where it marks it so that way if you want to clip it up or whatever, it makes it easier.
Hopefully, our next platform will have that same feature.
Bob, where were you at? Bob, where were you at on this information of the B button podcast marker?
You probably forgot as many times as I do.
It must be deep in the Streamyard instructions that I've never read.
Yeah.
I used to watch the little tutorials and shit,
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. I even wore the old original BS shirt tonight. This one here actually says Survivor Program on it. This is the original. Oh, Bob, we need you to make your logo transparent. Because I had yours up there tonight, but it's black, and I thought the transparent looked good on the screen, the original BS logo.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can make yours transparent, that'll look even better when we throw that up there. I used to know how to do transparent logos, but I forgot how to do it. I guess it's been a while.
Yeah, I can't do the transparencies. Mine come out as big, like white.
Yeah, there's some names you see to where you know the troll's going to go away. Well, make another one. So we can make another one.
We ain't staying long tonight, folks, especially for $15.
No, we're about to wrap it up. But we've had this show made $15 fucking. We still have 3 families out there that are desperately needing help. We were only able to help one of them based on what we raised. There were no pre-show donations tonight. So, well, Nicole's actually did come in before the show started, and she donated $15 on Venmo. And so you got 6 minutes. If anybody, we got to get to $60 or we're done. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday, because I sure shit ain't doing a show tomorrow. Because I'm going to be watching college football all day tomorrow. Probably be watching NFL football all day on Sunday, but I am planning to meet up with my son and grab a little lunch on Sunday. So my NFL games will be very delayed. I did watch the Seattle-San Francisco game. Seattle acted like they kind of wanted to be involved in the game, and they'd show signs of life every now and then, but it just didn't hold up or work out that way, did it?
Didn't seem to.
Just never. I never understand.
Did Broadcast Sparkly? Are you just never going to make a damn donation? You haven't made one since February. You told Bob he's going to send one to him. You told me he's going to send one to me. I did have you blocked on Venmo.
Wow,
so you felt bad I didn't want your money for a period.
We discussed that.
Yeah,
they had him flagged as a suspicious sender.
It took me a while to figure out how to unblock him, because it didn't really say he was blocked. I had to research to find out how to unblock him. And he's always talking about making donations in here. There's nothing to stop him, because if you're in here, then you're not blocked. So, yeah, well.
Don't bother.
It's contagious. There you go. There you go. It's contagious. Bob, go to members only. That'll slow that shit up.
I don't know why we go to members only for
I left it wide open so Mark and fans get in here. They only had to have a. But see, it shows you what chicken shits they are, because they're all, like I was telling Russo today. All of my detractors and shit talkers are always welcome to come in here and make your accusations, but you have to do it with a real name and a driver's license. And then if you're bold enough to say you're stupid shit, then we'll see you in court. And none of you want to do that, because you know you're full of fucking shit. So, but yeah, we'll just go to members only, and that'll stop that shit.
After you get verbally abused.
Yeah, after. After. So, but now me and Russo. Now here's the news. Me and Russo had a great conversation today. He's a bro, as you heard earlier, bro. All right, Adam, you're on thin ice. Adam, you owe me $50. That bet you made
about the trolls. You talking about us?
Which you said you'd be good for on the 10th. Well, as I look at my big calendar on the wall here, it's the 11th.
College football victory.
And we need some help tonight, because we only got fucking $15 in donations all night with Mark fucking Henry on the show. One of my fans wrote me, "Oh my God, I never thought I'd see the day." I said, "Well, I mean, for years you have to figure it's going to happen eventually, right?"
We'll stand in the corner for a while.
Well, there's $5 from a mysterious source, and so we're up to 20.
Yeah,
so come on, Adam. I'll even count our bet as a donation, because we desperately need it.
He's timed out for a little bit.
Yeah, he told me who got timed out.
Jana put him in the corner for a minute. Adam.
Jana put him in the corner? Why is that? Okay.
For being a little dickhead.
Well, he likes to do that. He likes to do that.
But Jana doesn't like it when he does that.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, Jana's got the power of attorney over there. So
here's the clue for you guys in the chat.
Enjoying bounce.
Don't fuck with Jana.
Yeah, don't fuck with Jana. Don't fuck with Jana, because she will
fuck
on
your ass.
Not in the way you want either. Not in the way you want. What do you do? So me and Russo had a great conversation today, 3-way conversation with my son. And Vince, as we were wrapping up the call, he says, "Bro, we got to stay in touch better." I said, "Yeah, who do we blame? It's on me, man. It's all on me. I take the heat for that, King." I said, "You goddamn right you are." I said, even on my show once, I said, "Don't say you love me if you don't never fucking call me." It's on me, bro. We're going to do better. So he says he wants to have me over on his show. He said, let's get a double booking set up. I'm going to do his show in the near future, and he's going to come over here and do ours as well. And he promised me that. He's good for his word. He'll do it. And so we're going to have Vince Russo on real soon. He said he put me over big time in his book, and he told me a little bit about what he wrote. And I said, God damn, I'm honored. And he says, man, I'll let him tell you when he comes on the show, because he opens up about something that he doesn't really open up much about, but he talks about it in his book. We talked about our kids. He told me how bad he felt over what I was dealing with. He's got 2 sons and a daughter. He says, I can only imagine. That's
Does he have a new book, or is it the book that he wrote a while back?
All you ever want to do is imagine it. So back-to-back shows with John Cena Sr. and Mark Henry, and the donations could not be lower. So what have we got here?
But we had fun though, right?
And Edge Copeland was good for his bet. We'll count that towards the donations. He said, let's make it a $50 challenge and keep you guys on a little bit longer. So we do have $70 in the house. So we will go till 10 o'clock. And one thing that might be holding the crowd down a little bit is it is SmackDown night. And a lot of people haven't figured out that they can record this shit and watch it later without commercials. I don't know why anybody watch wrestling live. I can't do it.
Forget it comes on Friday.
I skimmed through the pay-per-view a little bit, and I did not know that Kevin Owens had turned on Cody Rhodes. And you know why I didn't know? It happened on the fucking post show. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, it was on the
I didn't know.
internet or whatever.
I didn't know. I wasn't about to watch the post show.
No, it wasn't even on the post show. It happened after the show was over.
So it was after the
fans
post
caught it on because fans are always there.
Because that's real when you catch it like that. That's real.
Right. So it's real.
Yeah.
So they got a chance to take advantage of social media being the way it is, and people gave them gobs of free publicity. So
yeah. But Edge Copeland has a ball coming in here starting shit. But he does donate very good. He's one of our better donors these days. So we'll give Edge a little bit of rope, mainly to hang himself with. And but Edge, thank you so much for the donation. We appreciate it. We're up to $70 now. So we will stay here till at least 10 o'clock. That will be 1 full hour. And if we can raise, if anybody matches your $50, we might go a little overtime tonight. If they don't want to do it, I'll hang around. Put the heat on them. I'll bury them when they leave, like motherfuckers. So I did play the Cena warning tonight, didn't I? I did. Coltrane, is your sound still on? Believe it or not, it's not. I thought you were talking and couldn't hear you, but no, don't hear a word.
No audio.
Nope. He didn't touch anything. I didn't see.
Power.
So you're back with the blue. So I thought you abandoned the Blue Yeti. I thought you had abandoned it.
Initially, I did, but
now your sound is back. So what did you do different?
There's something with this setting that on StreamYard that kicked me back over to like this.
Really?
It's a Vox something or other, but then I have to go in and put it back on Yeti for whatever reason.
A box something or another?
Vox, VOX. It's some kind of
some kind of software you got running, probably.
Yeah.
I don't have that. Whatever.
I didn't ask for it, but yeah.
Oh, and Jazzy Jana donated $20 last night in case anybody forgot, didn't remember, what have you. But it was troll heaven in here for a little bit apparently. So
yeah, it was.
So yeah, we got $5 from the Coltrane and his wife, and we got $15 from Naughty Nicole, and then the $50 bet that and I'm gonna be honest with you, Adam set that up knowing he was gonna lose that bet. He knew he was gonna lose it. And then he said 75 if the Bengals win by 14 or more, and I think they won by 13 or something, or 10. It was 10. So we were shooting for 75, but we weren't able to get that. Kenny, do you remember the time Mark stood in the ring waiting on his opponent that never came out, which I believe started the Hall of Pain? You got me on that one, Adam.
I don't remember that. That was like,
was that a WWE or OVW thing?
I don't remember.
TC from the NC has just chimed in with $10, so we're up to $80. My goal tonight was 150. I would have been thrilled because I thought with Mark Henry on, we might even crack 350. I really just thought people would just be thrilled and honored to see him on here. And I still can't get over that people think that me and Mark were in bad standings, and he's here on the show, and there's still, I don't know.
Man, you trying to?
That was WWE. The opponent never came out. Wow,
I don't remember that at all.
I actually don't remember. I actually don't remember that, but I've had some droughts with my WWE viewing.
Me too.
Kind of like now. But no, so Kevin does a run-in tonight on the when Lash LaRue. Okay. Cody's got a fine-looking wife. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Does. See the way the daughter's looking at KO?
Yeah, I see that. That's not like, that's like, you little son of a bitch. I know what you're up to.
I know what you're about to do.
She predicted what was about to happen.
You're about to turn on my daddy.
Yeah, I know what you up to, bitch.
Got that stank on you.
I read the script. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, nobody likes stank. He might have fooled some of the people, but he didn't fool that kid. That's for damn sure. And do we still have the picture of John Cena's brand new wife?
No.
No, I don't see it.
You loaded it and deleted it that quick?
Well, you know,
that's what I do to make room.
Cena to brag about it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that baby had some serious side eye. I'll grant you that. I think the kid knew what was up. That's for damn sure.
Well, they say kids and animals. They tend to
kids
know
and animals. Oh, my animals know.
Oh yeah,
if
mine
Scooby
too.
If Scooby knows I don't like somebody, none of them will make up with my neighbor over here because they know deep down inside I got no use for him. And none of the three, like Choco, Cal, and he wants to call him over and pet him and offer him biscuits and everything. Like, fuck you.
I'll take your biscuit.
Yeah, send it to me. And who knows? I might remember it once I see it again. But hell, it could have happened in OVW for all I know. I'm glad to know that my story about Flash Flanagan is going to make his book. No, he warned him in the back. Now I just got my hair done today, and he had his braids put in, and it probably cost a fortune even back then.
Oh, it's a long process.
Yeah, and he's probably there for several hours. Cost him a lot of money, and he was there for I'm sure hours. And then we get there and we got the match with Flash, and he warned everybody in the back involved in the match, do not touch my fucking hair. I just got it done today. Anybody touches my hair, there's going to be a goddamn problem. Don't touch my hair. And I remember the warning being issued. And I'm managing out there, and Flash grabs Mark's hair and pulls it. And I think one of the braids came out.
Ooh, shit.
And Mark lost his fucking mind.
I wouldn't even play like that.
He took a swing at Flash. And I'm going, oh my God, if he'd hit him, he'd have killed him. And I'm trying to calm Mark down, but he ain't calming down. And then Flash knows he's fucked up. Flash thought he was ribbing him, and then the rib was on Flash. And then Mark takes another swing at him and misses. And Flash is going, holy shit. And then we got Flash out of there, got a tag for whoever the partner. Probably Scotty Saber was the partner. And Mark was probably teaming with Sylvester Turkey or something, if I remember correctly. And because that's a pretty big ass team. You know,
I'll say that's some tonnage.
Pretty big ass team right there. One's an Olympic champion, and the other one is a United States
champion or something.
Yeah. Well, he Bear wrestled for NC State.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if I don't remember if he wrestled in the Olympics or not, but he did beat Kurt Angle in college. Yeah, he did.
Now, is he American?
Is who American?
Turkey.
Why?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
because I can't understand him.
He's a tough interview. He's a tough interview. I had him on the show once. I told Chris, I don't know if I can have him on again. Nobody can understand him.
Well, he's got that brownish hue about him too. So I didn't know if he was like.
Yeah, he's got that. I don't know where the name Turkey derives from, to be honest with you, but he was born here, is all I know. Let's see here. So we got 7 more minutes on the show. If we crack $100, we'll stay a little bit longer. So what do we got? We got 50. We got $80. Is that what we got?
We have $80. Yeah,
$80, and I'm counting the $50 bet I won towards the donations tonight. I don't have to do that, but I did. So yeah, if we pick up another 20 within the next 6 minutes, we'll stay a little longer. And if not, then you will see me back here Tuesday. And yeah, I thought Mark was homeless there for a minute. It looked like he'd been kicked out of his house. Was out in the parking lot,
just sitting in the park on the swing.
Kenny, you gonna let me finish the sentence? Mark, how long have you known me? have I ever let you finish the sentence?
You've obviously never watched this show before.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have to watch the show to know. He's been around long enough. He's been around, but and that was nice to know that he's going to come back when he's less busy and can give us a little bit more time. And and I have to make it clear over
I'll
there.
come back whenever. Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain. He showed up this time, and that's more than anybody thought he was going to do after he read my book, which is something I haven't done. So, but yeah, there's been some enhancements in the book, and there's a section in there that's kind of true. I just didn't fly to Houston to do it. The story itself is true. I just didn't fly to Houston to do it, and that's the part that apparently he didn't like. So I didn't even know that was in there that way. So I wasn't about to bring that shit up tonight. And apparently he's not a fan of Mr. Eric Bischoff.
Really?
Yeah. And I did find out something today from Russo, and I'm going to have him tell it when he's on the show, is that there was, and we'll have him tell the whole story when he's on the show, but there was an attempt from Conrad to try to patch up the differences between Russo and Bischoff. And I will have him tell the story, and it's a pretty good one. And Eunice is writing me. Apparently not.
What's wrong now, Eunice?
There it is. Yeah, okay. I'll send this to Bob. And
you're saying Russo hates Bischoff?
No, Bischoff hates Russo.
What?
Yeah, Bischoff hates Russo.
Not a big fan of
Bischoff. Okay.
If you'll remember, and I can't remember if Bob was co-hosting that show or not, I think he was. Is I brought up, I said, well, Vince Russo says, and Bischoff goes, well, if Vince said it, and that
they're denied a pithy style,
which I didn't know. I didn't because they worked together, so I didn't know there was any heat.
Yeah, well, I read Eric's book, and apparently their time in TNA together did not go real well at all.
Yeah.
And,
and Vince also told me a story about a huge cornet mark that has a podcast, and he said it kept coming up in his feed. And he said, this guy, Bolin, is just burying, well, he always calls me King, which is such an honor that he does that. And he says, King, this guy was just burying me, just bad-mouthing me. And then all of a sudden I get an email, and he wants me to come on his show. And I write him back. I said, you know what? If we can have a civil conversation and I can answer your accusations, I'll come on your show. But if you think I'm just going to come over there where you can attack me, no, I'm not going to do that. But if you want to sit down like two men and have a conversation, and I know Vince would say that because he wanted me to make a face-to-face meeting with him and Cornette at Golden Corral. He wanted me and the Prince to be there. We're all going to sit down. We're going to have dinner. We're going to talk about our differences. And we're either going to shake hands and patch shit up, or we'll shake hands and go our separate ways. And that was Vince's idea. And Jimmy would not do it because he said, my base will never forgive me. Okay. My base will never forgive me if I do that. That's well, who gives a shit?
Well, and whoever has to know about it except the four of you.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, because somebody was going to leak it.
Sure. So it was being broadcast live as a
somebody
podcast.
was going to leak it, and I am a leaker.
At your age, I wouldn't say that.
Pins keep coming.
I was leaking 5 minutes ago, but I got through it, and
that's why
we got 2 minutes to make $20, and I'm strict on this one because there's a beautiful picture of Eunice. Where's she at here?
She just got home from their portfolio day. Thanks. Me and my siblings were on the list of honor. Well, congratulations.
There we go. What's that?
Eunice,
I just got home from Port. Yeah, I just got your pictures, Eunice. They look we left Facebook up the whole time, didn't we?
We did.
So you guys
they donated how much?
Not a fucking
Zero.
dime. Yeah, I meant to kill Facebook in 5 minutes and forgot to do it.
You had one, but whatever.
We could put a timer up there that just says Facebook countdown or some shit.
Yeah. So the automatic intro is good. I like the automatic intro. Of course, we're going to lose that. As a matter of fact, Bob, I need you to see how we cancel the show because I can't find how to do it. Or they're going to bill me $45 fucking here in a few days.
Oh, they don't make it easy.
I've gathered that. And I couldn't find. Now, first time I canceled was easy. That's how I got the $10 a month deal for the last couple of years. And then I tried to cancel the other day, and I can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, other than way within their website, probably.
So if Bob or somebody can figure out how to cancel this, I guess you have to do the same thing. You're not going to keep StreamYard, are you?
Well, no, I have until April because I paid the year. But if it goes up,
oh fuck that shit! No, I was doing monthly.
Well, it was tax time, so I figured, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it goes up from that,
he doesn't know anything about taxes and stuff like that.
No, you're talking Puerto Rican to me. I understand one about as good as I understand the other. I get letters from the IRS that's got throw me in the garbage written all over it.
Yeah.
So
that's three people I don't fuck with: the I, the R, or the S.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. All right. Well, Bob, I will. We're about to say goodnight because we did not make that other $20.
Good night, everybody.
Embarrassing, just absolutely embarrassing. That Mark Henry's not here. John Cena Sr. the night before. We didn't crack 100 with him either. Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. Facebook, you got lucky tonight. I'll probably go into Facebook and delete the show just so they can't see Mark Henry on it.
That'll learn.
We've got 90% average. Yeah, Eunice, y'all did very good. Looked like everybody did good on their grades. Congratulations. Your pictures look nice. I just looked at them here a minute ago. And but we will be back here Tuesday night for I don't know. We do have Mr. Kennedy looking to come on in the very near future. The Boogeyman. Vince. Oh, and Monday I will be doing Renee Dupree's show over on his network, and then we're going to set up a day to bring Renee over here.
Really?
Renee and I have patched up our differences, and they apparently have 3 or 4. They apparently have 3 or 4 moderators now, and they claim that I will not have the problems that I've had over there before. I said, well, it's easy to solve. If I do, the show will end very quickly with not me being on it. And I've told them very clearly, I'm not going to put up with that shit. Because I was originally told, well, just don't turn on the comments and don't look at them. I said, no, because they're still posting this shit. And dumb fucks believe it. So, no, I'm not going to turn off the comments. And you're either going to block these motherfuckers or I'm not going to do your show. His crowd better be, well, they will be or to be a short show. Now, I don't give a fuck if they give opinions about me. You can not, I don't give 2 fucks over here what your opinion is. But if you're going to post shit that ain't true, then that's a whole nother story. It's just like in these political games. I don't give a fuck what your opinions are about each other. But when you do like Trump has done recently and just lie, fucking lie to try to get back into power and cause people harm and trouble over your lies, then I ain't going to. No, if you Bolin's fat and he's ugly. Okay, that's your opinion. I don't give a shit. But if you post shit that ain't, well, that's actually not true either. I'm not all that fat anymore, and I'm not all that ugly. So so there's even
like a pretty lesbian.
And thank you, Adam, for your donation. You saved the night. I'm calling it a donation, regardless. It was it's what Coltrane is very good at, losing a bet.
You're welcome to lose a bet anytime, Adam.
I ain't got shit to say.
Yeah. So all you had to do was donate another $20. Me and Bob would have hung around another 3-4 hours, but y'all blew it.
Not gonna happen. We're done.
We're done. You blew it. And
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back on Tuesday with
Tuesday night.
Who knows? Our perfect, except for maybe one game, football results.
Good God. Not